Welcome back. Welcome back.
What up? What up?
We off to kill King Tusker or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
Mr. Boar, the angry tusks.
He ran because he was getting the beats though, but you know we don't need to talk about that.
All right. While we're running to, oh wow, I didn't grab.
Like what's it called? The jump thing. So that too.
All right. While we're making our way to Big Baddie, we'll talk a little basketball.
Basketball.
So we're done with All-Star break.
Yep.
We've had a couple games since All-Star break now. I want to do some hot takes. No, not even hot takes.
Spicy takes.
Our predictions for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
What did I say I can cut? So let's talk East Coast first, or
Okay.
Eastern Conference. What do you think the standings will be once we hit the end of the season?
Thought you
Like,
never asked.
Who's in the playoffs? Who's in the play-in? And who's just straight out?
For the East, I have Milwaukee, Boston 76ers. We have the Cavs, New York, and Miami as all straight playoff teams. Now, I know some of you might be saying, but Darius, you said that the Miami's not going to do nothing, that we just pretending. We are, but we're going to pretend enough to get that 6th seed so we don't have to do a play-in. That much I have faith in. But other than that, you know, I feel like as you
I got waylaid.
yeah, you did.
I was trying to do some crazy shit.
After we get past that, though, you know, just
Say your top 6 again. I'm sorry.
I had Boston, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Philly, New York, and Miami.
Okay. So you have Cavaliers over Philly.
Ranking wise, well, I mean record wise, I think so.
Okay.
I think this is the year we finally get Doc Rivers out the paint, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. I don't think he's as good as a coach as people think he is.
I don't think he's bad. Like the worst part is I don't think he's bad.
I just don't think he's as good as people think.
Come on, do it. We both just standing back here trying to bait him. I can't throw nothing though. I ain't got no rocks or nothing.
All right. So what's your play-in teams?
My play-in teams, as I'm getting cooked.
I think your top 6 is the same as mine, but a different order.
Yeah.
Oh, you just knocked it down. What a puss.
How you gonna be mad, but you ain't want to hit it like a man? Fight like a man. I got Atlanta, Toronto, Indiana, and then, well, Indiana and the Magic are my sleepers to get into the play-in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have Brooklyn completely out.
Yeah, I feel like they're imploding as much as we talked about them may be able to do something. I just feel like firepower wise, like bro, they're gonna need 50 points from Mikal Bridges like every game. And I just don't think that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna see that on a night in, night out basis. You could, you know what I'm saying? Like if he does it, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, you know, who could have seen this coming? Because we've seen him over this whole season. Oh, he running again. He running. We've seen him over this whole season like become more offensively showcased than he has been in his earlier times with the Suns. Like last year with the Suns, the year before, you know, he was really a defensive guy. And when everybody was hurt on the Phoenix, he got better.
If Brooklyn's going to make it, I think that's how they make it is through defense.
True. Yeah. There's got to be
because they picked up a lot of defensive people for KD and Kyrie.
Exactly.
They're going to have to play like Miami's going to have to play is through their defense.
You saw today. We beat the 76ers, and essentially it was what 101 to 98 or like 101 to 100.
Yeah. If they can keep opponents under 100, they'll be fine.
Yes, that's got to be the way we win. We can't win any other way. We're just not built to score. And like you said, Brooklyn's not either, but they are built to defend, you know, as well as anybody on any given night.
All right, so let me give you my standings.
All right.
So I think I have Celtics, Bucks,
Okay.
Sixers, Cavs.
Oh, he coming.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Knicks and Heat.
Yeah.
I think that's my top 6. So how was ours different? Because you said yours were Heat.
I put Boston is going to lose that top spot to Milwaukee.
I can see that.
Milwaukee likes to play for number one. Like,
yeah,
they really be wanting it. Boston is a
shit.
If we get it, we get it. If not, you know,
it's not. Yeah, they're not worried about it.
Like we've already seen them resting players. You know, more so than just we can't get these guys. It's like, no, you don't have to play it. So I think we see more of that from them.
Is our 6 the same?
I think we have Miami.
5 and 6. Yeah, Miami and New York. Yeah, I think Miami will pull through and get to the mainly because I'll see other people dropping.
Exactly.
So to round out my play-in, I have the Hawks and Bulls.
Yep. See, I thought the Bulls are gonna slip out too, but I can
Nets and Raptors.
Yeah.
Because I think Brooklyn, what Katie and Kyrie did for Brooklyn before they left, I think they can hold on to a play-in spot.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they did, but I also feel like
right. I get what you're saying though. They're gonna need a lot from Mikal, but I think they can do it with defense. If John Vaught can figure out how to get them all to buy in, which I think he's a good coach and I think he can. They're still brand new. They haven't even been playing 2 weeks together.
Exactly. Like if you see it, nobody's gonna be like, I can't believe they pulled it out.
And I think the Bulls make the play in. And Pat Bev gets his redemption of one shining moment.
But what if the Lakers make it? So then, is it a like? Is it really that? Because they got rid of him, and then essentially they would be making the playoff after getting rid of him.
Yeah. No, I think the Bulls make it. I think they figure it out.
I mean, I wouldn't be
make
shocked.
It in.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if the Bulls made it.
Because honestly, I think Pat Bev helps them out because, they don't have Lonzo. And they probably won't. Yeah, I don't think they'll have him for the rest of the year. They just can't figure out what's wrong with him.
It's them lower body injuries, man. Once you start having them legs, knees, ankles, and feet, like it's hard, man.
Right now he just has knee discomfort, and they don't know why.
Yeah, and it's stopping him from being able to play effective full contact.
Oh, you knocked him down? How'd you knock him down?
Just been swinging at him, chopping that tree down.
Ooh! Did we kill him?
Yeah, we took that some bitch out.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely can see the East shaping out
the
that
final
way.
bow.
Oh, talk to him. Talk to him nicely. That's a cold looking bow too. That's a big bow. Yeah. Right between your soulful little eyes, like all 17 of them.
So yeah, that's my
So you don't. So who do you have not making it?
Orlando.
Orlando. You think Indiana comes back in though?
I don't have Indiana either.
No. You have Washington in. Who'd you play in?
Hawks, Bulls, Nets, Raptors.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay.
Who do you have?
Hawks, Raptors, Pacers, Magic.
Oh, so you don't think the Bulls make it either?
No, I think Washington and Chicago fall out. That was my thing. I think both of those teams fall out, and I think Orlando and Indiana make it in because they're so close in the standings.
Yeah, but Indiana's been falling apart recently.
They have. I have to. One, I don't think Washington. I think Washington's not as good.
I think Washington's there because other teams fell out.
Exactly.
That's why I think the Bulls and the Nets make it.
And I can see that. I can see one of those still being in it just because we agree that Washington's going to fall out.
Because Bulls, as it stands today, they're not in it right now, right?
No.
Yeah, I think Bulls take the Washington spot for sure.
Yeah, because the Nets are technically in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, and I won't be surprised if Pacers make it over the Raptors.
No, not me either.
Because the Raptors have been having problems too.
Yeah, I thought they were going to make a lot more moves. We thought we'd see like OG Anunoby being moved, Scotty Barnes possibly, but they end up. Even now, Fred VanVleet didn't.
He's hurt
moved.
right now too.
Who?
VanVleet.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't be surprised to see the Raptors outside looking in. What you gonna do? This is you.
I don't even know what this the old dude talking about now. No. Oh, it's the dude that was playing. You guys didn't see it because you didn't see the intro, but he was out here giving you the rundown. Right. And then
he was teaching you everything.
But then he just disappeared. It's like, come on, man.
Then you start talking to the old girl.
Well, she was on the ground slumped.
Yeah, you saved her.
As I'm one to do, because I'm a good guy.
All right, so we got somewhat of a. We have a little slight differences in our Eastern Conference standings.
Which, I mean, it's
all play-in, though.
Yeah,
our top six are the same, right?
Yeah, we know. We've watched enough basketball to make the assumption. Now, are we saying that it is impossible for the teams that we have even on the outside looking in to make it to the playoffs?
I mean, even the Nets might figure it out and keep the top 6 spot.
Yeah, they could definitely finish out the year. The thing right now with this league is I don't think I've watched a season of basketball with as much parity as we've seen in this past couple seasons, and more so spilling over to this season. Even with the moves and the shifts and all of that stuff, everybody can get it, and everybody can give it on any given night. It's just who's going to be more consistent. So the people we have at the top are just the teams that we've seen be more consistent whenever it comes to on a night in, night out basis. Their records reflect it. Just their level of play, and in the East more so I think than the West is the East is top heavy still.
Yeah, I was about to say my point. The East, I believe, there's a clear top 4.
Yes,
which is Celtics, Bucks, Sixers, Cavs.
And sometimes, man, the 76ers and the Cavs are shaky. Like, I really like the Cavs. We talked about the Cavs a lot this year. We've been enjoying watching them. When they're on, they look incredible. But when they look off, it's just, it's off. It doesn't look as good. The Bucks and the Celtics, to me, are still the top 2 dogs. Easily. On a night in, night out basis, 1 through 8, they got their players playing. It's just a matter of being healthy, making the run, and executing and closing out. And the Celtics have been in the mix every year, and the Bucks have been as well, and the Bucks have won the championship. So it's like those are the top dogs.
With that being said, so semifinals for Eastern Conference.
Let's talk about it.
I actually think we're going to see Bucks Celtics in the semifinals because I think there's going to be enough movement where Bucks and Celtics aren't going to be 1 and 2 at the end of the night or end of the season. I think the 76ers could possibly steal the number 2 spot.
I think they want to steal one of the top spots,
right?
Preferably 1, but if they can just at least get to the 2nd spot, I think that's where they kind of want to be.
So I see semifinals Bucks Celtics.
Yep. And
then the other side is going to be Sixers Cavs.
You know what? I wanted to lie to myself and say that I saw Bucks Heat. And I was like, somehow let's say the Celtics and the Heat play, because the Heat we've played them really well, and it's possible for us to give them, to get them out of there, but I don't think we will.
I think the Heat's best road to those semifinals is going through the Sixers.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. If they get matched up with them round 1
or round 2,
yeah. But I think also,
or no, I guess round 2 would be semifinals. So never mind, round 1, yeah.
Yeah, if they get to round 1, then I can see them in there. But honestly, I really think, like we said, it's the top 4. You're gonna see some variation of Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, and Cavs. And I think to your point, we might see Bucks Celtics semifinals, Cavs Sixers semifinals,
and then I see Cavs Celtics in the finals.
I do too, because again, I feel like the 76ers will break down.
Yeah.
And then that's what we're going to see in the finals. But I feel like it's going to be so hard. You said you're going to see
Cavs versus Celtics in the.
You think Cavs Celtics? You think Bucks get beaten first in the semis?
Well, yeah, I think the Celtics beat the Bucks.
You think they got them 7 games?
I think they do. I have not been impressed with everybody outside of Giannis.
Yes, and that's the thing is if you're talking about,
except for Holiday's had a pretty good year, but Middleton still hasn't recovered from his injury. He's still having issues. He just doesn't look as good as he was prior injury.
So what I think the Bucks do, what we see from them in the playoffs, if they are successful, this is what I think they got to do. I think you transition the 2-3 slot as far as offense to Holiday and push Middleton back a little bit, and you really 3A, 3B him with Lopez.
Yeah.
Like that's it, because Giannis is like, if it's Bucks Celtics semifinals, right? Giannis is the best player in this series. It's a slight edge, but it's enough of an edge to be like he's the best player in this series. But then you got to deal with.
But then Boston has
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and I could see Brogdon having a better offensive series than Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
And Marcus Smart having a better defensive series than Drew Holiday. Yeah. But they're all kind of logjam right there. But that's how I kind of see if we're looking at player-by-player breakdown.
But then even after Lopez, like...
Oh, it starts to get nasty.
It's mostly going to be Celtics until you get down to whatever Middleton we get.
Because I think we've seen a lot of good from Grayson Allen. I don't think Grayson Allen's that guy.
No. He's a good role player.
He's been playing his role the best way.
He's a solid role player.
There you go. But I think the Celtics got a lot of... To use 2K to describe it, we got a lot of low 80s that you got to deal with from the Celtics. And what I mean by low 80s is guys that on any given night can be the 30-point scorer.
Yep.
Like you don't want.
I mean,
you don't want Dylan White going off on y'all.
Did they play the Bucks when they were out 4 people and
out
beat the
4 people?
Yeah. They're out 4 of their starting 5.
I thought they lost. Like
overtime.
They
barely lost in overtime. That's what it was.
Barely lost
in
overtime.
Tatum, Brown, Smart, and Horford. The only person they had was Williams.
And I mean, it was the Dylan White, Malcolm Brogdon.
Bucks barely won.
Who was the
Pritchard?
No, Muscala, because they had just picked up Muscala.
That was Muscala's like first game, wasn't it?
Yeah, so like that's what you got to deal with the Bucks. And I'm not saying Mike Muscala is the difference between winning and losing,
but he's not a guy that's going to give you 0 points.
This is what I'm saying. If you got a bunch of dudes on the Celtics that all are giving you 10 to 15, what are the Bucks going to do after their 30 from Giannis and their 20 from Drew Holiday and 18 or 20 from Brook Lopez? Like that's where it starts to become, now
shaky.
Granted, the playoffs are a 1 through 7, 1 through 8 kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there are going to be players like Mike Muscala who just might not play a game. But I think overall the Celtics are going to be tough, man. Tough to deal with. But I can see the Bucks pulling that out. But who you got between? So you said
Cavs.
Cavs are going to take the Sixers out, right?
I think so.
It's the end of Doc Rivers.
Yes.
Let's get him out of here, baby. Listen, I hate it has to also, as a casualty, Embiid and Harden have to be casualties because of this.
Yeah.
But something's got to give, my boy.
But maybe they show out. Maybe we get a Sixers Celtics finals.
Like, would you be shocked if it's Celtics Sixers? Would you be shocked if the Sixers make the finals?
Yes.
You would be shocked.
Yes, because they'd have to go through both the Bucks and Celtics at some point.
What if it shakes out and they only got to go through one?
Well, even if they have to go through, I don't see them beating Celtics or Bucks in a 7-game series.
Especially the conference finals.
Right.
Like, I feel like they can catch one of them in the second round.
Maybe.
Like, everybody's not really 100% healthy yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, something happened. Like, I just feel like if you're going to catch the Bucks or the Celtics, you got to catch them in round 2.
Yeah.
Because if you catch them in the Eastern Conference Finals, they're going to be, at that point, they're going to be locked in a way I don't think anybody can deal with in the East.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's going to be tough for this. It's a tough road for the Sixers.
It really is.
And Cavs at that point.
I mean, yeah. And
like, I think it is the Bucks and the Celtics conference to lose.
Yes. Now, if we talking next year,
Maybe.
Evan Mobley another offseason to get better. The Cavs just being able to kind of know who their team is and not think about changes in the offseason and just say these are the guys we're going to lock in with.
Maybe just picking up a key couple people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, next year, I think.
Kind of do what the Celtics did this last year.
The pressure should not be on the Cavs this year. I know that they have championship aspirations. I know they look really good. But I don't think if you're a Cavs fan, I don't think you should be upset if you guys don't get to the conference finals or the finals. Like, that shouldn't be the goal. The goal is just, let's take this as far as we can. Everybody play keep playing. Bro, Evan Mobley is shooting like 20% from 3 this year. Those things are, okay, he's still figuring out what's good, what's bad type of thing. What are you going to get out of Karis LeVert? Who was the other guy on the Cavs that we talked about?
Jared Allen.
Yeah, like what does Jared Allen look like in the playoffs? Because he's not a 7-foot clog Delane. He's a 6'10" athletic center.
Yeah.
So what do you get from him during the playoffs? Do people isolate him? Like, there's just a lot of game to game, which is going to be really exciting to make these videos during the playoffs. Just game to game stuff. Oh, it's going to be amazing.
But yeah, that's it for us from today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.